Emotions boiling over here at Target Center. A very important game, regular season finale. And we had a scuffle on the Timberwolves bench. Anderson and Rudy Gobert. That's just something you don't see every day. I know the tensions, you've played in this game, you've been in a lot of heated battles, but
I don't know that I've ever seen.
There.
I've never personally been on a team where a teammate punched somebody on the bench like that. That's out of bounds.
Minnesota, and I want to share with you this tweet from Shams. The Timberwolves have sent Rudy Gobert home after Gobert threw a punch at teammate Kyle Anderson during a timeout huddle. He's out for the remainder of the game.
So they suspended him for a half?
Oh, at least. Here's a replay of what happened.
It's not a good look.
Gobert on the right, Kyle Anderson on the left.
Sit down, you sit down, stop it. You got a little leverage.
I mean, that was a punch.
It was, and then Kyle tried to get at him, and then he realized, you know what?
Which is what Rudy Gobert should have done. Like, regardless, it looked to me, again, I'm just having been in those situations more than I'd like to admit. It looked like Kyle may have said something, but there's nothing that you could say in that situation that me as a teammate in an important game.
In that moment, right.
That I would hurt my team.
Right.
By losing control of my emotions. And Rudy Gobert's been in this league way too long to respond and react the way he did, because now he's lost the entire trust of that locker room. That entire team is not just the front office and the coaches. All those players are disappointed in how he behaved, because we all deal with adversity over the course of a season. And for him to respond that way, that one's going to be a hard one for him to walk back.
An important game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're fighting. I mean, a possibility could be a 7th seed all the way down to a 9th seed, which makes it huge. And, you know, as we know, 7th or 8th seed, you lose in a playing game. You get another game,
right, which
is huge. As a 9th seed, you're losing.
One and done.
You're one and done. So puts a lot of pressure on them, and just not smart move by Rudy Gobert. I still go back to saying it wasn't that nasty of an exchange, because there were no teammates and coaches trying to break those guys up. They were talking about the plays on the floor, everybody else except them two. And then obviously Rudy loses his composure and throws a punch that lands in the chest, which is, it wasn't enough to throw it, you know, at his head, GA. So it wasn't that bad.
Right, but it was a real punch.
It was a real punch.
Like that wasn't a push.
But there's no way, if I'm trying to punch you, GA, I'm going to hit you in your sternum. There's no way. That's not that
hard punch, though, man. Like, that's a real punch. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that means we just playing slaps then.
I mean, but he actually threw a punch. Like, I get the push.
This close, you're going to, unless I move.
And keep in mind, that man is 7'2",
long reach,
about 270.
Yes.
Some weight behind it.
I'm not saying the punch wasn't real,
like,
but he wasn't aiming.
No. I think he might have thought about it as he released it and lowered his aim.
Girl, maybe.
I mean, to me, I still can't get that. I can get it in a practice. Like,
oh yeah, we've had those.
That stuff happens in practice. It gets in fact, you don't mind that. But like that, and you know they're talking about something that went down. There was a miscommunication.
Correct.
Somebody didn't do something.
He waited.
Like
but I don't really understand in that moment.
No.
I understand that it gets heated, and of course teammates will fight. We know that. But
totally agree in that moment.
But it's a game, and you're in a huddle in front of everybody, and you're jockeying for position as you head into the postseason.